Boys and girls, this is Bunjaman Bakshoy. Welcome back to another F123 ranked online video. Apologies for being away for so long. I just moved from one place to another, so this last week has just been packing a whole bunch of stuff and moving on into the new place. So no videos for the last week and a half or so. Apologies for that. Should start putting out some more stuff as of now. And yesterday I jumped on just to set up my chair and see what it felt like in the new place. So I haven't played the game since the last time I released a video, which however long ago that was, maybe a week ago, a week and a half ago or so. So yeah, today was the first time I really got any like actual playing done. I did jump in just to kind of see what the races were and do a little bit of running in time trials to get a setup for all three races. And as you can see in quali right now, after a week and a half of not playing and not really doing much practice, we are only P7 and we are in Gold 2 this week. And the lobby only has like 2 other Gold 2 guys and everybody else was Gold 1 and Silver 2. So not really doing well with having the highest division ranking in the lobby. So we managed to move up to P6 towards the end of quali, but I wasn't quite sure what the gaps were going to be or how far we were going to be from pole position. And this was a little disconcerting. But like I said, I haven't done any running in about a week and a half. So that's my excuse. I'm going to use that as an excuse. I was cold going into these races. But when the times come up, we're actually only about 8 tenths off of pole and 2 tenths off of the guys in P5 and P4. So we're not too far behind there. So a little bit encouraging to see those times pop up. So we're going to be starting P6 from Suzuka, a track that I don't remember the last time I've done a race here, honestly, in F123. A couple weeks ago, maybe, or maybe a couple months ago. So the time trial setup is 36:31, but we are on 34:27, and I was a little bit hesitant to push because of the setup that I was on. Off the start, we don't really get an amazing start. Tugkin from P7 gets a really good start, but then goes into 2 drivers and knocks one guy off track. And then we get passed by Alpenko. We get tagged from behind, having to slow down for the mess in front of us. So we have dropped down to P7 right now, courtesy of one guy getting knocked off the track and then 2 guys passing us. So P7, and I believe the next closest guy behind us was a good half a second or so slower. So as of right now, I'm not really too concerned with the people behind me, except for maybe the one guy ahead of us that got knocked off track doing a recovery race. So right now, focusing on the cars in front and just trying to settle in and find a rhythm here, because like I said, I haven't played in about a week and a half, so we're got to get back into the rhythm of things. And as of right now, track extensions and corner cutting still not being punished, but I believe EA and Cody's are aware of the issue. How can they not be aware of the issue? And they should be working on it right now. So hopefully soon enough, all these warnings will result in time penalties. So yeah, at the end of lap 1 here, we are 1.2 seconds in front of the driver in P8, and we are right behind the group in front of us. So we're still under a second here, and we still have 95% battery. So I didn't use much battery at all on that first lap, and we are still within visual distance of the guys in front. We're going to jump ahead to lap number 3 now, and we've extended even further back to the guy in P8. As you can see, one guy off track, Victor 2000, ghosting back in as well. So we move up to P5 and two positions without really doing much, and we still have 86% battery. Now, the driver in front of us, Tugcan, started behind us, so I think we are faster, but I think he's on controller, judging by his lines and the way his nose is constantly moving left and right. Those micro corrections are usually a sign that somebody is on controller. So we do well enough to stay within DRS, and I also didn't want to push because in this new place, I don't have a wired connection, so I'm only on Wi-Fi. Now it should still have 500 megabytes up and down, but just in case there's lag, I didn't want to push too hard. So we used a little bit of battery. I noticed that Toucan was blinking, and we get out in front of him going into 130R here. And we do get a better exit than he does, but he still must have had enough juice left to take advantage of DRS and ERS. So we're laying on the battery and going defensive down the inside. Try to hold it, but he just kind of sends it around the outside. And because he's on a controller and I know that he's low on battery anyway, I don't want to fight too hard and get a DNF. So we're back down to P5 here, and he's blinking, and we are at 50%. So we are at a good position here. Victor 2000, who's on a recovery run right now, was in front of us, and I'm not sure, came together with another car earlier on in the race. I didn't see it, but he ghosted back in right in front of us. So I'm assuming that he's quicker than us, or at the very least on par with pace with us. So I'm going to have to worry about the driver behind and the driver in front. But Toucan kind of takes that hairpin pretty slowly, kind of compromises our line there, and Victor 2000 gets alongside. And because I don't want to go into spoon side by side, I just let him go, and he's blinking now as well. So we know that 2 cars ahead are much lower on battery than we are. We are at 65%. So I'll let them go, let them fight. As we come around to lap number 6, Alpenko into the pits. We get promoted up to P5, and as you can see, Toucan blinking once again. So I'll let Victor 2000 kind of drain him of his battery. They're both blinking, and we are at almost 70%. So really good position to be in right now. The end of lap number 6 here, we've caught up to Toucan, and he does have DRS on Victor in front. So I wasn't quite sure what to do here. I was going to come in, but then he jumps into the pit lane, and we get the position. So a couple other guys ahead of us. I'm alone, the pole sitter and Bacon Bear as well, P2, come into the pits, and now we are temporary P2. So after the pit stop, we come back out. This is just right after the pit stop. We are P6, and we're right behind Victor 2000. I'm not sure what happened to Toucan. He DNF'd at the end of the race, so I think he might have ran into some traffic after exiting the pit lane. But yeah, as you can see, we are only half a second behind Victor, and Alpenko in P4 on the mediums, just a little bit further ahead. And now on to the end of lap number 9, Victor 2000 about to make a move on Alpenko here. Really slow on the mediums. He was ahead of us on the softs, but now that he switched over to the mediums, he's just not that fast, and we do have the softs right now. Pretty fresh softs, I think just 2 laps or so. As you can see, Alpenko is blinking. Victor gets the move done. And now we are just going to wait until Victor pulls away a little bit. As you can see, Alpenko doesn't have any battery, so we should be able to catch up to him, and Victor should be able to pull out of DRS soon enough. So we're just going to bide our time right here. It looks like P2 and P1 aren't too far ahead of us. I believe they're both on the mediums because they started on the softs. So the win may not be in it, as Alpenko has an issue going into the Degners, Degner 2, I believe it is. And we are right behind him now. He goes a little bit wide on exit here. We get a pretty decent exit. I had to slow down into the hairpin to not hit the back of him. But now he is outside of DRS from Victor, and this should be a pretty easy overtake. Just going to wait until the start-finish straight, but he has a pretty bad spoon corner here, spoon curve, and we're right on him. We have 100% battery at this point, and he was just blinking maybe half a lap ago. So we're just going to turn on the battery and just sit on ERS until the end of the lap here, and try to put as much distance between him and us as we can before we get to the DRS straight. So going into the final chicane here, he's about 3/10 behind, but he's out of battery right now. We have 70%. And even with DRS, he cannot really make that much distance on us. Not even a tenth on us there. I think courtesy of our setup as well as our wings. Like I said, we're 34.27. Now I think one of the time trial setups is like 38.28. So it didn't matter which one the other guys were using, we still had lower wings and we were still able to drive pretty well. Now, on the final lap here, we actually caught up to Bacon Bear right in front of Victor there. So, oh, I apologize. I thought he went soft mediums. He was medium soft. So he either made a mistake or we were just really, really quick on this last lap, as he is right in front of us there. Just 2 seconds ahead. And I think if we would have been a little bit more aggressive earlier on in the race, we probably would have got a podium position, as I think we were a similar pace to Victor 2000. But we were a little bit too conservative because we've been away for so long, and I wasn't quite confident in the setup. But I think we definitely missed out on a possible podium there. So first race back in about a week and a half. Not too bad. Started P6, ended P4. Could have been a P3 or maybe even a P2 if we were a little bit more aggressive at the beginning of the race. But yeah, it's a good way to come back into the game. And hopefully now that the new place is all set up, we should be able to get some more online races this week. I wasn't a big fan of the tracks this week anyway. Suzuka I'm not really good at. Las Vegas I'm not really good at. Azerbaijan I do like, and I'm okay at Azerbaijan. But 2 of the 3 races... it's pretty much been a pattern for all the races in the last couple of weeks. It's always just been 1 track that I liked and 2 tracks that I didn't like or I wasn't good at. Yeah, so that's it, boys and girls. Just wanted to throw the race director up here, take a look at all these incidents. Absolutely no penalties given. I love this game. But yeah, thank you guys. If you think I've earned it, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Remember to eat a bok choy. I'll see you guys in the next one.